Welcome to episode 38 of What If Civilization Started Over. Let's get into it. So, last episode, after I drew the peace treaty for the yellow country versus blue country war, I forgot to press unrecord, and after that, the Chinese country kind of invaded, so it wasn't the final event, so sorry about that. But today we are going to be looking a bit more into the Americas aspect of this war. Not war, just of the series. So, first thing that'll be happening today is the French country. Oh wait, I forgot about that. Let's look over here first. A unification between the orange country and the blue country is going to happen in Japan, and this country will have one capital being right there. That's all that happens today for Japan update. And for here, the North Koreans will be pushing back the Chinese a bit, and they will also be pushing back the South Koreans a bit. Here, that's the update for today. Let's see what that looks like. It will look something like this. Now we can go to the Americas, as the French country is going to be continuing to expand across this Hudson Bay thing. They are going to continue their expansions and make themselves look something like that, and start to, expand. They will try to make an even bigger colony around here, and then it'll eventually go all the way up to here, which will make the French colony look something like this. But then, something is going to happen in Ireland. Not the Irish colony, Ireland itself. A dark green country is going to break away from Ireland in the southern parts of the country. Now, this is where a lot of Irish resources are. A majority of the stuff going towards the colonies is in that territory, probably from here over from all the way to Iceland and Greenland, and from Greenland / Iceland to here. Yeah. So that's devastating, as all these colonies may start to be taken by others. And Ireland can't really handle the rebellion too well, as they're working on exploring this place. So as a result of that, the British are going to declare war on the Irish to take some of their colonies. And they start pretty successful. But they do become more successful as the French will invade, specifically around the Hudson Bay kind of area. As, both the countries will be taking and splitting Quebec. And now Ireland is just, as eventually, Ireland's capital is taken by the Green Country. And now, let's look at the peace treaty of this. This is what the peace treaty will look like. The French get that, and the British get that. And as for mainland Ireland, it just changes color. And for all these colonies, they all become Green Island. Let me color these in. And, all these are colored in now. Now we can look at the French expanding a lot more over here. And they eventually, after a while, meet up with the new Irish thing over here. And they officially have, pretty much the whole Hudson Bay. Not the northern coastal parts that actually connect to, the rest of Canada and, the world, but still, they have it. And the French are going to continue. Why did I say it like that? The French are going to continue to expand and make their colonies look something like this. And they will continue to keep up this expansion into this Wisconsin area. It looks like it's going good for the French. Now let's look at Iberia. Iberia is going to make the yellow team is going to make something like that, and the Iberians thing is going to look like that. The Iberians are going to expand into this Mexican area, specifically up north, to potentially connecting with their other colony, potentially. And they both eventually do connect with each other. And now, this is not the Gulf of Mexico, this is the Gulf of Iberia. Now, in Eastern Mexico, I would still call it Gulf of Mexico, despite the name change. That's not getting political. As these Iberian people are going to continue to expand more inland. Let's look at the purple team colony. Yeah. They are going to continue to expand a tiny bit inward. A lot of their focus is on Colombia and a little bit on Venezuela, as they continue to expand more and more southward and make their colony look something like this. But now, we're going to go back up to France, where something big is happening. In New York, and it's in New Jersey, right on this exact point, I'll color it in red, right here, there's a major city. It's New Jersey. Its name, and things are going on there. There's a huge, the main government of this colony thing is in that city. For reference, this thing is split into a few colonies. There's one up here that's considered the Hudson colony. There's one here that is considered the Lake colony. There's this one here that is considered the Northern colony. The Northern colony up here. And the rest of this, and it's also divided on this river. The Northern colony will get all of this. And the rest of this is considered the American colony, the Central colony. This thing is one colony, and this is the capital of this colony. There's a big fight going on in this capital. Because of this new land up here, they can't agree if they either want to split it into its own colony or keep it with the same. For reference, the Central colony is the rest of the colonies are a puppet of the Central colony. They're just separate colonies. They can't agree on that. And also they kind of can't agree on this area here. Some people think that that this thing here should be its own separate colony. Some others think it should be its own thing. This is unorganized territory. And others think it should be split down the middle. Like by just a straight line, right down the middle. And then some other parties come up like, hey, isn't this all... They say like, hey, doesn't it not really matter? They're all technically part of the same country. They're all technically part of France. They're all technically kind of one colony. And these people that are fighting over the splitting, when they see these people and see their argument, they assassinate them. Right in the office, right at the table. And by the way, this area, and also, which caused some sort of gunfights going on here. And one of them hit the leader of this central colony. The central leader got indirectly assassinated. And this is going to cause some ruckus in the city. And the city, where the central government of this country is going to break away and form its own country. This is the New York Rebellion. The first real country in the Americas of rebellion. Let's make it more accurate. It looks very tiny at first, just in the city and its sort of outskirts area. It looks something like that. It will slowly fight through its way around the entire city, the entire colony, the entire province. And this, it gets back over to the capital of France. Back over to France. They hear this and say, this is war. They declare war on the French declare war on New Jersey. There is also one other thing to mention. This is just one main colony. There's also smaller province colonies within this. Let's outline those. There's the York colony, the Jersey colony. There's also the Virginian colony, the Maryland colony, the Bay colony, the Pennsylvania colony, the Massachusetts colony, the Maine colony, and these two other colonies. So these small lines are like borders of different mini colonies within the colony. And some of these colonies are going to break away. The first one that did was this one here, the York colony. And these, and this is the central government colony. That's why it's separate from like any of the other ones. And well, the other people within the central colony are like, hey, well, France is just kind of letting these guys be here in the central government? We're gonna break away too. So some of these mini colonies within the colony are going. The mini colonies are going to. Some of them are going to hold referendums to join this, and some of them are going to join. One of them is the Jersey colony, which is actually only the northern half of the Jersey colony is going to join. There's the Bay colony is also going to join. But then eventually the southern part of the Jersey colony also is kind of forced to get over. So, yeah. Some of these other colonies are also going to join. Like the Hampshire colony is what I'll call this thing. The Maine colony. And also this part of the Lake colony. This is the York. This is the Lake York. This is another part of the colony, and some other areas will break away. This unorganized territory thing is going to also decide to break away. And also this thing here. Some of this northern lake part is going to break away. And the Wisconsin colony, or also unorganized territory, is going to break away as well. So now we're looking at some other stuff. The Northern Ontario colony is going to break away. It's different from the Southern Ontario, by the way. And also the Nova Scotia colony is going to break away. And there's all the colonies that are going to break away. And this is really controversial. Let's just see what these look like on the known borders. And yeah, let's see what they got. They got the York, Jersey, Bay, North Ontario, then this. And now we have a revolution. Oh, and nearly forgot, but also this will look something like this. And now we have a revolution. This is the York Revolution. A revolution against the French. And for the final event of this video, the purple team is going to expand their colony a little bit more to about here, and also a bit more inland about here. Yeah. That is going to do it for today's video. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you next episode, and bye.